In 539 BC, the greatest city on Earth stood behind walls that no army had ever broken. Babylon, capital of the Neo-Babylonian Empire, a city so vast, so fortified, so magnificent that ancient writers struggled to find words adequate to describe it. Its outer walls were wide enough that two chariots could ride side by side along the top. Its gates were clad in bronze. Its hanging gardens, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world, rose in terraced splendor above a city of 250,000 people. And through its very heart flowed the Euphrates River. Not a vulnerability, but a feature. The river entered the city through massive iron grates, flowed beneath the walls, sustained the population, and exited on the other side. Babylon did not fear siege. Babylon had prepared for siege. The city held enough stored grain to feed its population for 20 years. Cyrus the Great of Persia looked at all of this and did not reach for a battering ram. He looked at the river. Cyrus was 45 years old in 539 BC. He had already built the largest empire the world had ever seen, stretching from the Aegean Sea to Central Asia, absorbing kingdoms not by destroying them, by understanding them. He was not a conqueror in the traditional sense. He was a strategist, a man who solved problems the way water solves problems, not by smashing through obstacles, but by finding the path around them. His engineers studied the Euphrates. They studied the marshlands upstream. They studied the flow rate, depth at the city walls, the terrain on both banks. They worked quietly, out of sight of the Babylonian garrison. And then, in the weeks before the attack, they dug a vast network of trenches, spreading from the river to a low-lying swamp region miles upstream. The labor was extraordinary. Thousands of men moving earth in silence, the orders not to light fires that could be seen from the city walls. And then, on the night Cyrus chose, a night Babylonian records note as a festival inside the city, a night when the population was celebrating, when the guards were distracted, when wine was flowing, and the city believed itself untouchable. His engineers cut the final barrier. The Euphrates River was diverted, not completely, not invisibly, but enough. The water level at the city walls, normally chest-deep through the iron grates, dropped within hours to the height of a man's thigh. Persian soldiers, waiting in formation in the darkness, received their orders. They waded through the mud of what had been the Euphrates riverbed, under the iron grates that had protected Babylon for centuries, through the walls that no battering ram had ever touched, and they were inside the city, for most of the population knew anything had changed. Ancient historian Herodotus wrote, "The people in the outer parts of Babylon were already captured,